NERDSoul.
You got Dead Cells?
Yeah, I just haven't played it in a long time. But at that time,
Yo,
I
I've
love
been
Dead Cells.
playing
Dead
that
Cells is a
joint.
fun game.
Yo, I've been every time I get on that joint, I feel like, should I go live? I don't want to go live because once I get
Man,
into
Dead
it, I
Cells
be
is
get
fun.
man. I love that game.
And
I get
the
so far. I
the
hate when I
dev
die
team
though.
for Dead Cells continuously makes content for them. Like Dead Cells has like what they're about to drop a Castlevania, unless they already did. They're about to drop a Castlevania DLC for it. Like Dead Cells is
It's
like,
already dropped. It's there.
oh yeah,
you
yeah,
got to pay for it, but it's there.
yeah. But I mean, they're continuously making stuff for it, and that's something that I love about Dead Cells. Is like
That game is so.
they're always dropping content for it.
My favorite weapon combination is the freeze and anything else. Like I have to have that freeze power.
Mm.
I don't care really what my secondary weapon is. It could be a ranged weapon. It could be a melee weapon. I don't really care. I absolutely have to have freeze.
Okay, so peep this.
Listen,
they got
if you could freeze all your enemies, especially bosses, bro, it makes boss fights and run throughs so much easier. Like you get so far in the game if you could just freeze all your enemies before you attack.
Yeah, it does. The freeze comes in handy. Like they got all right, so they did Rise of the Giant. That's when they gave you like two new levels. Then they did Bad Seed, which was real sweet. Because you got like a whole lot of like free, well, maybe not free roaming areas, but you got like an expansive area to kind of like check out Dead Cells and I guess the world they created for you. They also dropped in Fatal Falls, which is like 2 new levels. So what they'll do is they'll be like, all right, we made 2-3 new levels. Here you go. And it's like they've continued to develop for it. And now they just dropped the Return to Castlevania. I gotta give it to them. Dead Cells is a game that when it first came out, I was just like, yo, this looks cool. I'ma cop it. And the more they've continued to develop for it, the more I've wished that other developers would do the same thing. Now, Dotemu, I guess, is more of a publisher for Streets of Rage. But anyway, in this argument, Dotemu is kind of doing something similar for Streets of Rage, where they just dropped 300 new improvements to the game. One thing I would like, though, is more levels. I think if we added, say, 8 more levels to Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 4, I was about to say 2. Streets of Rage 4, if we added, like, say, 6 to 8 more levels and then created a kind of like journey pattern where depending on how many points you scored on this level determines where you go next. Like now, in regular beat 'em ups, you go, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. That's just how you do. But I like to see it where it's like, okay, if you scored a lot of points, you get to go to this level. If you scored less points, you get to go to that level or whatever. You know how they give you a grade like A, B, C, D or whatever? Like, I'd like to see something like that. But I do like the fact that some of these developers are continuing to add new pieces onto the game because those are games that I enjoy and games that I love. And Dead Cells is the realest. But anyway, back to...
I love Dead Cells. You know what? Now that you said that, okay, so before we move on, I've been playing it with just religiously for the last 2 weeks. And I get lost in it, right? I forget to play DNF Duel. I'll be on Dead Cells. So the next time I jump on Dead Cells, I'm gonna go live and just sit there and just play. I'm gonna be dying like crazy, starting over from the beginning, but it's a dope game. I love running through, just seeing how far I can go before I die. You know what I'm saying? I hate it, but you start over and you come out the little tube, and then you go back through there and you just. Like, now I'm gonna cut it off. I don't feel like going back to this level again, man. You find yourself going back to that level again. So, and the way I play it is I don't leave nothing untouched. Like, I explore every area before I completely exit the whole joint because
I try to check and make sure I'm not missing nothing.
Right, because you always miss something, and every time you die, everything changes. it randomizes everything. So every time you die, sometimes you gotta die in order to get some of those randomizations to change so you can unlock certain areas. You literally have to die for certain areas to unlock. That's crazy. So it's one of those games where it's like you stay alive and you unlock stuff, you die and you unlock stuff. It's a great. I love Dead Cells. So next time I do it, I'm gonna go live.
Yeah, I'd say Dead Cells might be probably the best of the kind of what they call like Metroidvania, sort of genre of game. It's probably one of the best, if not the best.
I love that game, bro. It is it's a great time killer. You can never really beat it, but it's not about beating it. It's just about how far can I get before I die.
Yeah,
you know, that's what it is.
Dead Cells is the realest. I love it, and once I get some time to actually play it again, I will be back on it. But shouts out to Motion Twin, who's the developer of that. That it's worth it. It's worth every penny, in my opinion. If you like those kind of like Metroidvania platformer kind of fighters.
It's basically Castlevania. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Dead Cells is basically Castlevania updated. You know, it's a Castlevania.
And that's why I was surprised That's why I'm surprised they did the kind of like collab with Castlevania. I was like, hold up, for real?
Anybody who don't know what we're talking about, what Dead Cells is, it's not Castlevania, but the way it plays,
it's very Castlevania-like.
It's very Castlevania-like. So no, it's not called Castlevania, but Dead Cells might as well be Castlevania's child or nephew or something, like, because the way you climb through solving puzzles and fight monsters and boss fights and traps, and it's Castlevania, man. So if you just want to know what we're talking about, you know, like, what are y'all talking about? We're talking about a game that's the 2023 version of Castlevania.
Yeah, it's flames. It really is.
It's definitely recommended.
I ain't even pay for it. I have.
Plus it's free.
Oh, word? See, for me, it's not free. I probably could get it free if I use the the Game Pass or whatever. But even the updates aren't expensive. Like, the updates are like $5 a piece. The game really is, and even if you didn't buy an update, the game is still dope.
That's what I said. You don't have to buy any of the expansions. Like, I got PS Plus Extra, so I get access to the game for free. I can download it and play it for free. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's DLC on the game that's costly, but if you don't buy no DLC, the game by itself that's free is enough for you to go unlock and run through and get some dope weapons, some very challenging puzzles and areas that you got to find keys to open up one door all the way across the level, teleport to this side, and it's so much to do for free that you're not missing anything by not purchasing the expansions when there's so much.
Yeah, because the expansions are just like extra levels. It's not like they're not making you like pay to win kind of thing.
But trust me, there's enough for you to do that's for free. Mm-hmm. That's gonna keep you busy. That you ain't even thinking about the expansions. There's areas that I still haven't explored yet, because I keep freaking dying and I can't get to. Like, there's certain certain stages that I'll see the stairs and it's like, all right, I'm not gonna go up those stairs yet. I'm gonna go teleport back and check this area, and I go die. So now I gotta go back. I gotta go through 3-4 levels just to get back to that level, because the route you take takes you different places. There's a default route that you gotta take all the time. It's either Toxic Sewers or the Prometheum of the Damned or whatever. That's the starting level. You gotta pick one of those two routes. But either one of those two routes can take you to so many different places. Like, it's just crazy. So you don't really have to pay for anything if you got PS Plus and you can download it for free. You do not have to pay for those expansions to enjoy the game by itself for free. Has so much. I'm telling you, I have not scratched the surface of Dead Cells, and I've been playing it for 2 weeks, and I've unlocked so many weapons. I've paid for all of my little Dead Cells I've collected. I've unlocked so much stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that I still have yet to unlock because I have not collected enough cells.
And the funny thing is, like, I love the game, but if you ask me what it's about, I have no idea. It's like,
I don't read that stuff.
You're a dude and you just got to fight monsters and just win. All right, that's what it's about.
It has a storyline, but who really cares, man? Nobody's thinking. You're not really into it like that. The weapons that you find and unlock make the game so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, this, and then in the abilities, there's weapons, there's abilities, and then there's just so much you can do. Like you got, as you unlock certain abilities, they become permanent versus restarting and having to find them again. Some abilities remain with you after you die, and then there are certain abilities that you got to go collect again. But the fun part is, like, I just got the ability to run up walls, but there are still abilities, permanent abilities that I have yet to find. I recommend it to anybody who are tired of whatever game you're playing every day that you play every day. You're just tired of playing it. Check out Dead Cells. That's definitely get your mind off of whatever you're doing. I recommend. I didn't even know you played it, nerd. I just learned something today.
Well, because I haven't played it a lot. Because when I got it, I was going through like moving this, moving that, moving things around. Then there was a lot of hospital stuff. So even I'm looking on Steam right now. I've only played this game for 97 minutes. So I haven't played it a lot, but when I played it, I loved it. So that tells you I've only played this game for an hour and a half, and I ride hard for it. So
and I got 15 hours on the game. total hours, just accumulated since I played it. Last 2 weeks, I played it for the last 2 weeks. I've accumulated about 15 hours on this game. It's a dope game. I psych myself up to play it sometimes, because sometimes I really am like put off by restarting. So if I die, like if I run through and I play for like an hour or two,
because it definitely has that kind of like NES kind of throwback of like, die, you got to go back.
You die, you got to go back to the beginning every turn. There is no. Now you have a health bar. You can do things to prevent yourself from dying, but sometimes you're overwhelmed, and sometimes you're in the heat of battle and you forget to heal up, or you forget to run and get away. You think, I'm gonna beat this dude, I'm gonna kill it, and then these monsters, they gang up on you. But like I said, sometimes I'll get so far, I look at the clock. I've been playing for 2 hours straight. You can pause it and go use the restroom. You won't lose your place. But when you die, however far you made it, you got to start all over from the beginning. And it's like, you know what? I'm
like another NES classic, like Ninja Gaiden.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh yeah,
super Ghouls and Ghosts with the King Arthur throwing the swords. If you die, you start from the beginning.
You gotta go all the way back.
That's what it is.
Sometimes you're right. It is kind of like, oh god.
So that's what happens. Like when that happens, I turn the game on. All right, I'm done for the day. But I'll get in the mood and I'll play it, and it's like, all right, a new day it's a new day, right? So I'm starting from the beginning. They always give you a random set of weapons, but I always find the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I never go through the game with the weapons that they start with. I always find the weapons I want. I've unlocked these weapons, so there's a shop somewhere that's going to sell it to me, or there's a chest I can open up and find. Like, I'm going to find my favorite weapons that I like using, even if they randomize them and don't give them to me. So I really don't care what they start me out with. By the time I get to level 3, I'll have everything I want as far as weapons and abilities and stuff like that. And I'll destroy these bosses. My favorite area is the bank. I love going through the bank. But you'll get there.
I might have to check that out then.
Yeah, the bank is optional, but it's so crazy how they do it, because you're about to go to a new stage, and then there's a chest right there to cut you off and say, hey, let's go to the bank. You go down there and you collect all this money if you make it out of there alive. And now you can go back to the shop and buy everything you want, because you got cheese now. You got 50,000 coins now. Now you can go to that next level, having gone to the bank, cleared the bank out of monsters and collected all that money. The bank also got weapons and abilities that you can find. It's like, oh my God, the game is so much to do. I'm hyping it up, but now that I know that you play, I'm going to go live.
It's worth the hype.
I'm going to go live the next time I play it.
It's worth the hype. Like, this is not a game to be taken lightly. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's very addictive.
You like killing monsters? They got you.
Oh my God.
And you know what? I'm gonna end it right there. That's a good way to end this. We talked SNK, we talked Dead Cells. Boom. That's a good show. That's a perfect place to end it. Go get Dead Cells. It's worth your time. You know what I'm saying? If you got PS Plus, it's free. If you got Steam, I don't know how much it costs on Steam because I already bought it, so it's not showing me the price. Oh no, Dead Cells is $25. But trust me, I'm telling you, it's $25, but it's probably more fun than the last $70 game you bought.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Fact. I co-sign that. What he said, if the $25 game plays better than the last $70 game you just bought, yes, I co-sign. It's that dope of a game.
Yeah, it is. And the devs have not left it, to die. They continue to create dope stuff for it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, with that said, Open Mind, where can they find you?
Open Mind, spell it with a Y on Twitter, and at Open Mind 82, spell it with a Y on YouTube. Holler at your boy for the gaming and any strong opinions I might have about what's going on in the society. You know what I'm saying? Holler at.
Nice. That's what's up. And NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Of course, support. Have a good time. Hit us up in the comments. Holla at us. And until the next appointment, next appreciation, next tournament, next achievement, this is us telling you, peace.